no father or son.
Truly he is the one, he has no father or son.
Everything in creation was by him begun.
Everything in creation was by him begun.
With his infinite power, anything could be done.
With his infinite power, anything could be done.
Ask Allah for his pardon,
Ask Allah for his pardon,
and you'll enter the garden.
Yes, we have listened to Orthodox medical practitioners. We are now going to listen to an alternative medical practitioner. Even though Dr. Abibu said if you seek alternative option, you are seeking alternative death. But Dr. Oyelakin will tell us if that is true or not now. Dr. Kozim Oyelakin is the director of our Natural Health Care Center. He specializes in prophetic medicine. He's going to tell us how effective prophetic medicine is. Inshallah.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Wassalatu wassalam ala nabiyyina Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. We thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for giving us the opportunity to converge here today in the blessed month of Ramadan. We pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to accept it as an act of ibadah from every one of us. I will quickly go into the topic because of time. Prophetic medicine, how potent. Actually, the topic provoked my thoughts. This will be the first time I will have this kind of topic to discuss. So it begs for some answers that I think I need to provide, questions that I need to provide answers to. But before I go to that, there are just two terms that I think I need to define here. Prophetic medicine is the advice regarding sickness, treatment, hygiene, based on reports of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam as found in the Hadith. That is the definition of the prophetic medicine at Ibn Nabawi. We have what we call Islamic medicine. Islamic medicine is comprehensive more than prophetic medicine, because prophetic medicine limits to what the Prophet Muhammad used, prescribe, or see people around him using it, and he did not prohibit it. And some are mentioned in the Quran as well. The potency, the power of something to influence or make an impression, that is something that you use and you see the efficacy. As you are expecting that, okay, if I use this thing, this is the results I'm expecting. Like I said, the topic begs for questions. Number one, what type of medicine did the prophets use? The prophet practiced medicine from Quran. However, he did demonstrate a mix of medicines. Then why asking the prophetic medicine potency? Why are we asking the question? The question sounds query neat. There will be reason objectives from those that organize this program, which is obscure to me. Then is the claim myth or reality? The claim, the scholar of Islam that have written volumes of books on prophetic medicine, giving prescriptions based on the prophetic medicine, and those that are contemporary people that are using it. Their claim Is it right? I mean, is it the way they said it works or not? But before we go into all those questions, we need to know who the prophet is. I will agree with you. Will agree with me that virtually all of us know who the prophet is. But yet, I think I still need to use one or two hadith or Quran so that before we delve into the topic itself, then we know the person we are talking about. Yoruba adage says, ẹni tí ó dá sọ fún ni tọrùn ẹ̀ lákọ́kọ́ máa ń wò. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in one of the Quran, wa ma antiqu anil hawa in hiya illa wahyu yuha. That the prophet does not say anything from his own mindset except what will be to him. In another verse of the Quran, Surah Al-Ahzab, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, لَقَدْ كَانَ لَكُمْ فِي رَسُولِ اللَّهِ أُسْوَةٌ حَسَنَةٌ لِمَنْ كَانَ يَرْجُو اللَّهَ وَالْيَوْمَ الْآخِرِ. There are many luminous verses. In another verse, Allah says, قُلْ إِن كُنتُمْ تُحِبُّونَ اللَّهَ فَاتَّبِعُونِي يُحِبُّكُمُ اللَّهُ. Those verses has given us the kind of person prophet of our lives, and he's even a truthful person. He never says anything except what is revealed to him. So when we now look into the hadith of Bukhari, Ibn Majah, Abu Dawud, and we see prescriptions from the prophets, we now think that he is a prophet, a medical doctor, or prophetic medical doctor, or whatever name we can attach to him. Capital no, he is not. He is a prophet that comes with universal message. That comes with a universal message. It's a mercy for the entire mankind. But if you go into the verses of the Quran, when Allah is discussing about ibadah, discussing about war, about Hajj, then we now look into how compassionate Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is to those that is suffering from one or two sickness. I don't want to go into the files of the Quran about this, but if you have the opportunity to have this file, the references are there for us to peruse. Let me use women as a case study. As we are parting in the month of Ramadan, when you are menstruating, you are prohibited to fast. During the Salah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says they shouldn't pray. During Hajj rites, if peradventure some of us there are some of us that have been going to that visited Hajj to perform. Visited Mecca to perform Hajj. We will see that they provide wheelchair for the sick people or for the lame, those that cannot walk, to aid them in performing the Hajj rites. That is showing the empathy in Islam towards those that are sick. So that will let us know that actually the question I've asked earlier, my further discussion will answer them. But I think you will understand that when in the Quran, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala addresses those that are sick, then the prophet will never be left out of it. You must stand when you want to pray, but in case you are sick, you are allowed to sit. In case you have injury, you don't want water to touch during the ablution, you are allowed to do tayammum. All those that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala explained, or the scholar of Islam explained to us in the Sharia, it just shows that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is compassionate to those that are sick. Then let me move on. I think part of what I've just said now is in the Quran passages that I've quoted in my slides. Let's move to the philosophy of the prophetic medicine. Why are we discussing it? The reason why it's so important. The reason why we have to give it a kind of priority in certain conditions. Number one, the first philosophy that you can never find anywhere is cure for all diseases. And you can see the hadith from Abu Hurairah that Prophet Muhammad said, there is no disease that Allah has created except that he has created its treatment. Sahih Bukhari. In another version of the hadith, Allah says, those that are known about it, those that knows about it, that have knowledge about it, they possess the knowledge on how to cure it. And those that are ignorant of it, that they don't know it, they don't know it. There are two things that comes out of this hadith. One is that there is cure for all diseases except death and old age. Now, what we now ask is that in conventional medicine, they will tell you hepatitis is incurable, they will tell you HIV is incurable, and some other diseases. Even those that are metabolic disease, like hypertension, diabetes, they will tell you that there's no cure. You have to continuously using medication for it. That is management. But the prophet is telling us there is cure for all diseases. Now, the question you are now asking me that have you found cure to all diseases, even in the hadith that you are quoting? I will say no. But he has provided the means to get the cure. That is why he said, those that know that possess knowledge about it, possesses it, and those that are ignorant about it. That is telling you that prophetic medicine itself is a professional area of study. And second thing is that it gives room for research because of that. Two things that that I bring out in that hadith just now. That if you want to know more about a cure, then you have to research. This hadith challenges and promotes research from any facets of knowledge that has to do with medicine. That we need to go, even in Orthodox medicine, they will tell you today there's no cure for something. And in another few years, they will tell you research is ongoing on it. But we are yet to arrive at the solution. But at the point in time, they will tell you there's a solution for it. When, during the time of COVID, there wasn't cure initially. They managed it. But later they found cure, and later they provide fasting for it. That is just a kind of thing that is telling us about prophetic medicine as well. So the hadith I just quoted now is what I wrote there, that professionalism, and I will did a video on Facebook. The scholars of Islam, those that are in prophetic medicine, and those that are not even among the two, were debating online and offline about this, the same hadith I just quoted about black seed. That is a cure for all diseases except death. But one thing is that you can get different things from black seed, which I think I will expatiate a bit when I get to when I'm discussing about it. You can get butter from black seed, and those that have the machine, big machine to press black seed oil, are those that can have the butter from the black seed oil. Then we have black seed oil itself, we have the seed itself, we have the powder, we have the leaf. Now, when you want to use black seed to treat a disease, then you have to mix it with some other things. Sometimes you use it alone. Sometimes you mix it with some other ingredients so that it will be efficacy. But one primary thing about black seed that I emphasize in that video is that black seed enhances immune system, especially CD4 count and CD8. It enhances white blood cells. That is main innate protection that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala built in human being. It enhances it. So whatever you are suffering from, if your immune system is okay, is in good condition, then you have covered over 50% of recovery from that disease. And that is why medically, if you have hepatitis, if you are attacked by hepatitis virus within 6 months, and you have a very strong immune system, your immune system will eliminate that virus from your body, and it will not do anything to you, and you will not see it again within 6 months, provided your immune system is well functioning, is not disrupted. And that is why that philosophy that I've just said about professionalism and research is very important in prophetic medicine. Permissible and forbidden, halal and haram, you can't find it anywhere except in prophetic medicine. If you go into Surah Al-Ma'idah, in the beginning of that surah, I put it here, but I don't have time to start mentioning them one after the other. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala prohibits eating of the dead animal, swine, pork, and the stuffs. I watched a video recently that a dead hippopotamus floated on the river, and it was at the river bank. Maybe lion or hyena. They were hungry, they want to eat something, and they went to eat that hippopotamus. What happened was that when they plugged their teeth into that hippopotamus to start eating it, it exploded. And most of the lions that they eventually injured, and we see one of it died. Another instance is a zebra, a dead zebra. Hyena saw it, and they rushed to eat it. One thing that happens to zebra is that after if zebra die, naturally, it will build in toxin and gases inside. And if peradventure living beings suck or eat from zebra, will die. So when those hyena eat from the zebra, they all died. So what prophet is trying to do for us is just when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says something is halal and Allah that you should eat it, and prophet says something is haram that we should not eat it. It's just to make sure we stay healthy. Aside from something that has to do with our taqwa, that will be halal. Aside from that, they all have their own implications that I mentioned here. Like drinking of alcohol that can easily damage liver. When you drink alcohol, and it will directly enter into your stomach. Alcohol will not move beyond stomach before digestion. Every other things will move beyond the stomach before they start absorption. But alcohol, it is immediately from the stomach, your body will start absorbing it. And it easily affects the liver. And if you see anybody that is having liver problem, fatty liver, and you see doctor's report, they will say non-alcoholic fatty liver because it's not affected by alcohol. If it is alcoholic fatty liver, they will say it is alcoholic fatty liver. It can damage your lungs. Can you imagine the numbers of years that Quran has been revealed to the prophets, and most people don't fail to even listen to it until recently? That World Health Organization says that anybody that produces cigarettes should write smokers are liable to die young. Presently, they now written on it that it is carcinogenic, that it can cause cancer. It damages the lung. So that is the essence of that philosophy. Then mercy and empathy, I've said that earlier. I don't need to buttress points on that as well. Then prevention. In prophetic medicine, prevention is more elaborate or more pronounced than cure. And that is why prophetic medicine is, prophet himself is mercy to all mankind. There are numerous sayings of the prophets that prophets will say, if you want to eat, don't eat like a manafik or kafir. Divide your stomach into 3. The stomach is just 1 liter. Most people will think this is your entire stomach. No. Your stomach is here. It's situated around here. Anatomically. This is where your stomach is. And it's not more than 1 liter. Except you overheat, that expand it. So if you want to eat, you have to breathe. You need to drink water. So when you eat a little. Give space that you will need to drink water. Then when you drink water or when you are drinking it, remember that you need to breathe. When we are very young, in the month of Ramadan, we like eating like 3 or 4 times. Now your stomach will now bloated, big like this. You'll be rolling on the bed or on the mat because you are overeating. You are unable to sleep in the next 30 minutes that you have been waiting that I want to sleep, but you are. So and that's why some people even use handle liver salt. Àwọn àgbàlagbà olójúkòkòrò wá ní ẹlọ́ba àwọn kékeré onímọ̀ who doesn't know something about handle liver salt. Àgbàlagbà tí go and buy my handle liver salt. I want to digestive system. I want everything in my stomach to come down. So then let me quickly move into some herbs used by the prophets. Dates, number 1. We have dry dates. We have fresh dates. Fresh date is more preferred to break fast. If you want to break your fast, you use dates. Then if you don't see date, use water. Then for pregnant women, make sure you consume fresh dates. If you go to Surah to Maryam, when Maryam, mother of Isa والسلام, was in pain of labor, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala instructed her to shake the palm tree to eat from the fresh. Date tree to ease from the fresh dates, to ease the pain of labor and to make the pelvic dilate. Then there's what we call tharnic in Islam. Tharnic is after the birth of a child. Immediately you give birth to your child, you take fresh dates. The sunnah of prophet is that the swabber will take the newborn to the prophet to chew the dates, fresh dates, and put it on one side of the cheeks, mix it with the saliva of the prophet to bless the child. A few years ago, when I was researching on cure for autism, I came across a report on BBC that a nutritionist wrote and said, when you give birth to your child, when he was discussing about the causes of autism, he said it is from the neonates. Neonate ni àwọn ọmọ tá a ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ bí, newborn. That if you give your child, your newborn, anything that is sweet, that can give your child glucose, it may prevent your child from having autism. So we are only playing with our life if we fail to apply prophetic medicine appropriately and incorporate it into our way life. So, if you give birth to your child, try to make part of what you have to pack, you have to put in your load, you must keep very close to yourself, especially the father, is the fresh date. There's no need for you to run around to look for. The prophet is not alive anymore. We don't have Swahaba among ourselves. Tune it. Medically, they will tell you it is wrong. That's what they will tell you, that your saliva, you may have 1 or 2 healing hairs or something about. When we were young, my mother used to do something. My immediate brother, my mother did it for him. That when we have kata, that we have mucus floating on our notice like this, that we are unable to breathe, they will use their mouths to remove it and spat it away. Did anything happen to them? I'm not saying it is a good practice. Try to understand me. But what I'm saying is that there are certain things that is not bad. Especially when anything comes from the prophets, don't criticize it. So, if you give your child, if you do something for your child, chew the date very well, the fresh one, then use your clean hand. Make sure you wash your hand very well. Use it to put it at one side of the cheek of your child to link it. It will prevent your child from having certain numbers of neurological problems. There are numerous advantages of the date. It is good for infertility, for both male and female. Date is very good. Someone here said we have a date powder, date syrup. You are very good. These are good alternative to synthesize sweetness that most of us are consuming. Fenugreek seed is very good as well. When a mother gives birth to a child and is not lactating on your jadi, is not lactating, give that woman a tea, prepare tea for that woman from fenugreek seed. That the woman will lactate within less than 24 hours. Inshallah Rahman. I put many things here, but I don't have time, so I will skip everything. Then, Roman, if you are having heart problem, there's an hadith. This is one of the fruits from Al-Jannah. From Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. I wrote the hadith here. Pomegranate. You can get it from Just Right. They are selling it at Ilupeju. Juice. Roman. This is Roman. Juice it. Drink it if you are suffering from palpitation or heart-related problem. It will solve it, inshallah. Oil from it is a cure for breast cancer. Then black seed, I was saying earlier. This is, if you look at the corner, the right corner over there, you will see one bottle there. We have powder of black seed, Nigella sativum. We have seed. We have powder. We have oil. At Arroyan Natural Care Services Limited, we have our own black seed oil that we press. We have the machine to press it. Most people, when they come into our pharmacy, they will tell us, are you sure you are pressing this oil by yourself? Or someone is pressing it up and bottling it? I said, we have NAFDAC certified factory where we produce our medicines. This black seed oil is NAFDAC certified. Unfortunately, we don't appreciate what we produce in Nigeria. But this black seed oil is highly potent. People in abroad are buying it every day because they know it and they have been using it. So black seed is very good. Let me just give you a few recipes about black seed. If you want to boost your immune system, if you have anemic or short of iron, get black seed oil and honey, combine it together like you take 300 ml of black seed oil and you mix it with 1 liter of honey. You make sure you mix it very well, that there is no separation between the honey and the oil. It works for arthritis. It boosts immune system. It normalizes hemoglobin. The PCV, the blood level. It has numerous functions. Then this is camel milk. I will advise the organization of this lecture ever since I've seen this topic. We Muslims, we don't take health issue as serious. As Aqidah Islam is important, same to our health as well. If not important, the Prophet will never have delved into it. He wouldn't have taken his time to give up prescriptions. Because a sick person is vulnerable to commit kufru if not taken care. So, camel milk, what we have to do is that we can take one of the medicine of the prophets and just call someone to come and discuss it. It will give opportunity to elaborate the functions of such one prophetic medicine rather than discussing it as a whole. So, camel milk and camel urine. The prophet himself used camel milk and camel urine. You may say urine. Some people are even using human urine as a therapy, but we don't use it because it is controversial, and most of the scholars say we shouldn't. So, but we see the prophets. We heard it. We read it that prophets used camel milk and camel urine, mix it together for neurological issue. There is serious miracle in camel milk. Has anybody here ever used camel milk before? Alhamdulillah. Wallahi. I swear with the name of Allah that created me. It is a cure for virtually everything. Camel milk. Someone came from US recently suffering from serious stroke, and he came to our facility. First thing we gave that person is camel milk. Go and use it. Your medication is not ready. Give us 5 weeks. After 3 days, he started giving testimony on camel milk alone. It is good for cancer. It is primary medicine for autism and anything that has to do with brain problem. Camel milk. I don't have time to discuss camel milk today. Some of you may say, how are we going to get camel milk? There's camel milk. There's original camel milk. There's adulterated camel milk. But you just have to work your way out. Then camel urine is very good as well. I don't have time for it because of. Then olive oil is very good. Allah mentioned it in the Quran. If you are suffering from cardiovascular disease, if you are having diabetes that our doctor just mentioned, not quite long, don't use conventional oil to cook your food. Those oil, even canola oil is not good. Soya beans oil is good. Sunflower oil is good, but the way they are producing it is not safe enough for us. Use extra virgin olive oil because of its chemical constituents. It's very good for heart-related issue and those that want to bring down their cholesterol level. Then fig, that is tin. We have it here. We call it opoto in Yoruba land. Opoto is very good, but I don't have time to mention what is. It is good when you have swollen splenomegaly, that your spleen is bigger than normal size. If you consume this morning and night for like 20 days, use tin therapy. Inshallah, it will bring down the size of the spleen. Then grape. When grape is fresh, that is where you see it here. Arabic is inab. That is botanical name. When it is dry, it is called sebib. It is called raisin. But there is mixed raisin. If you want to buy raisin, say I want to buy the one from the grape. Is very, very good for brain. And this one, if you do grape therapy for 3 days and you are having general body ache, it will go inshallah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned grape itself in the Quran. And the Prophet he likes taking grape. If you want to detoxify your kidney, there is seedling grape, there is seedless. Seedling grape has seed inside and it is bigger than the one that doesn't have seed. If you consume it very well, it will improve your glomerulus filtration rate in your kidney. I don't have time. Then, honey. Let me just go on. Allah, Prophet and Allah said many things about honey that is good for us. Turmeric is there. Ginger is there. Then cooking therapy. Cooking is good. Prophet himself prescribed cooking for us. You will see how cooking looks like. This is how it looks like. So, and there are some of us that have specialized on cooking. Then water therapy. I will use them here as a case study. Let me bring a case study as well. Someone came to our clinic for cancer case. He is suffering from colon cancer, but it has metastasized some other organs. She has taken about 16 episodes of chemo, but it has turned as cane to another thing, no ear on the head. Then when he's walking, and eventually the the shoe go off while walking. He won't know that the shoe she has off her shoe. She said that people that see now with madam, patati your lesson I don't know. She now go back and wear the shoe. She doesn't feel anything in the nerves from ear down again. So when she came, numbness, exactly that time. So when she came to our clinic, we gave her Zemzem water and camel milk alone as first therapy. Then we give her another 1 week to commence full treatment. Alhamdulillah. Within that week when she came back, she said she can feel the sensation, the numbness has gone, the nerves is coming back, and the skin has changed. Zemzem water. If you have any cancer patient taking therapy, tell them to go on Zemzem water therapy. It will mitigate, reduce the effect of chemotherapy on their system for like 70 to 60%. We have tested it and it works for all those that are taking chemo. So Zemzem water is good for Lima Shri Balawu. Whatever you drink it for, it will work for you. And that is why when you go to Hajj, you will see people drinking or Umrah, drinking Zemzem. If you have the opportunity to go to Hajj or Umrah, don't drink any water except Zemzem water. If you have the opportunity to do that, you will see changes in yourself when you come back home. Then the Prophet talked about balanced diet, about nutrition. He talked about exercise. The Prophet exercised with Aisha radiallahu anha, and the Sahaba too. They do exercise. If you have cardiovascular system, don't sit down. Do 30 minutes walk. Try to walk around for 30 minutes per day. You can even do it twice daily if you have the opportunity. Exercise really helps when it comes to cardiovascular system. It will enhance your heart function. It's a medicine. I think I've talked about what do we call it? Case note. But on the final note, I want to give about 2 or 3 recipes. When you have anybody suffering from asthma, get uluba. That is phenubic powder that I've mentioned here. Then, like 7 tablespoons of uluba, 7 tablespoons of ginger. Mix the two together, put it in one bowl. Then get honey, unadulterated 1 liter. Then add 500 ml of extra virgin olive oil into that honey. Mix it very well. Make sure both the honey and the olive oil mix very well before you add the powder to it. If it is an adult, the person should be taking 2 tablespoons 3 times daily. The recipe I'm giving you is 100% sure. Many people, it is a cure for asthma. If it is a neonate, I've used it for a children under 1 year. I use oil. You get oil from those I've just mentioned. You don't need to use honey, but you now use black seed in place of honey. It will work, inshallah. Another thing is that if you have anybody that is having problem with eyesight, be glaucoma or cataract, I will just give 2 recipes. But it is funny when I give you say, are you sure? Go and get sesame seed. Sesame seed is very good for sight. Make sure you just fry that sesame seed. Add honey to it when you are frying it. Consume 2 tablespoons in the morning and in the night for nothing less than 30 to 60 days. You will see the wonder in it. The prostate that my doctor has just mentioned recently, there is no cure for prostate. And there is cure for it. That is where I will stop. I have my reason. He says something that it is the production of testosterone with dihydrotestosterone. The conversion between the two, it is what affects the prostate gland that make it enlarge. As long as you are potent, that you are a man, you are likely to have it. And if you use even prophetic medicine now, and it shrink it, bring it back to normal, and you stop it, and you are continuing, and production of testosterone is still continuing, and conversion to dihydrotestosterone is still continuing, that gland will still come back and big again. So you are not likely to get out of it, except you incorporate these 3 things in your meal. They will prevent the conversion from testosterone to dihydrotestosterone. They prevent it, and you still remain a man. System that I've just mentioned, flaxseed and pumpkin seed. Go and read. Go to Google Scholar, not just ordinary Google. You can get fake information on Google. Wallahi, Google can tell you, koro ewedu only black seed. You can get it on Google. That's why ewedu, black seed or a lot of one it is koro ewedu. Google can tell you that. Go to Google Scholar. That is where you see researches that people have done. Thorough research and pay to even publish it for the academic research or the other way around. So go to Google Scholar. Go and read about the three things I've just mentioned: sesame seed, flax seed, or use chia seed, and pumpkin seed. Combine the three together, blend it together. It's very good for those that want to prevent themselves from prostate enlargement. If you are consuming it every day, don't let anybody deceive you. Agbo wa lóòótọ́, there's what you call agbo, but there is classification. There's nothing wrong in herbal or prophetic medicine. But what matters most that I think I've skipped is that what will make most some people to query prophetic medicine is quackery, wrong prescription, adulterated substance that you use. Okay, for the eyesight, I said sesame seed. Sesame seed. Wherever you have, go online. They are selling it online in Nigeria. Sesame seed. Fried the sesame seed. While frying it, add little honey to it. Then, the way you can do it is that when you bring your pot on the cooking material, add honey to it, spread it around, then put your sesame on it, then use your spoon or whatever to turn it around till you fried it. Don't fry it to turn black or too dark or too brown. No, just fry it and bring it out. So consume 2 tablespoons 3 times daily. It's very good. So anyway, on final note, let me stop here, inshallah. I think my time is up already. I pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to accept it from us and make it beneficial for every one of us in this life and the hereafter. Then, sorry, on the last note, there's one thing I remember. I said quackery. There are some people that are practicing prophetic medicine that bastardize it, that make some people say it doesn't work. It is because of quackery. Then the second thing is wrong prescription. Someone came to the Prophet and said that I have a stomach problem. Prophet will prescribe honey for him. And he said he come back again that it doesn't work for me. I'm still suffering from this stomach problem. So the prophet says maybe it is your stomach that is deceiving you. Maybe you are not using the correct prescription. And sometimes when you don't get the right thing, you understand? And don't let some people deceive you from prophetic medicine. Prophetic medicine works very well. It is just that there are some cases that needs to be taken to the hospital. And at Aroya Natural Care Services Limited, for instance, we don't treat without proper diagnosis. Without medical report, no treatment. We pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to accept it from us. أقول قولي هذا ثم استغفر ولكم سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك نشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت نستغفرك ونتوب إليك.
Takbir, Allahu Akbar. We thank Dr. Kozumi for his presentation.